Good morning, gardeners. This morning I wanted to come out and give you guys an update on those peach trees I pruned a couple of weeks ago, as well as the brassicas that were in the coming out of the frost video I made about a month or two ago, and an update on those yellow wonder strawberries that the birds nested in last year. So here's the peach tree I got from Grower Solution. They're an online grower. I ordered it last year. Last year there were maybe about 3 branches on this tree when I first got it. And it did well in a 10-gallon pot. And then I put it in this big, I don't know how big this pot is, but I put it in this big pot. Okay, so that is the one that's in full bloom. That's from Grower Solution. And then this is the one I got from Walmart. I had to cut it back a lot. The top had died off and it had a few buds on it, but all of the buds fell off. I think the last bud may have fallen off yesterday. But I think this tree is going to do well. We won't get any fruit this year, but we'll get a lot of growth in the roots and in the branches. So I'm looking forward to next year's grow season being a success with this tree. So here's an update of the coming out of the frost brassicas. I had Premier Kale, collards, and Pak Choi, P-A-K. Pak Choi is a miniature version or dwarf bok choy. I harvested all of the pak choi that day, and I moved the collards to another bed just to give them everything room to grow, to see if it would, take off or do better. Here I left the Premier Kale, that plant there, this plant here. And we can see with the weather breaking that the Premier Kale is finally growing. I had maybe about 3 to 4 leaves in that video. So we can see over the past couple of weeks, this plant has really put on a lot of growth compared to what was in the coming out of the frost video. Earlier this week, I put some romaine lettuce and butter crunch lettuce. Pay attention because sometimes you get more than just 6 plants in these containers. And I try to buy them and look to see. This one slot has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plants in this bed. I bought one pack of 6 cells of romaine, 1 pack of 6 cells of butter crunch, and 1 pack 6 cells of flat Dutch cabbage. The romaine, I was able to get 13 plants out of those 6 cells. The butter crunch, I think I was only able to get about 4. I did not plant them right away. I left them, put them in a box and left them out here. And it was very windy, so I'm sure the wind beat it up. I'm not sure if we had any furry visitors messing with it or not, but I was only able to get 4 good plants from those 6 cells. So thank God the romaine was full of lettuce, and that's our favorite anyway in this house. Right back here you can see I put a flat Dutch cabbage, and here I put one. Okay, and here are those collards from the coming out of the frost video. If you guys remember, these plants were small. They all had maybe the collards may have had about 4 leaves.
Action.
when I move them. Maybe. Give or take one or two. But now you can see the past couple of weeks, they are doing very good. They are indeed taking off. Hopefully they don't go to seed before the leaves get larger. That would really break my heart, because I love collards. They're my favorite. So here are those collards. Okay. And here are two more. I'll say the collards in that wine barrel was about this size here when I moved them about a month or so ago. Okay, and these were probably about the size of that flat Dutch over there when I moved them. So do you guys remember the bird nest last year? Them is leaking or something, I don't know, but I was told that I cannot do anything with these eggs right now. Do you guys remember there were about 8 or 9 eggs in that nest, and it killed one of my plants. They did not survive. I went to check on them one day, and it was disgusting. It was disgusting. These are the eggs. Disgusting. It's a mess. I saw some maggots or worms or something in here yesterday, and I said, Lad told me it was gonna be a mess. It's a mess. I think I ended up making up a word in that video. Did I call it horridious, or I don't remember, but it was horrific. Okay. So earlier this week, we removed the surviving clump, and we separated it, and we got 3 plants. Okay, 1, 2, 3. These 3 came from the same clump, and then there were baby plants that popped up. I believe some strawberries fell down in the soil. They were left there. The seeds germinated, and yeah, we got 2 new plants. So I'm not sure if we're going to get any berries from these 2, but you can see the flowers on these 3 flower buds here, flowers and flower buds here. So I know that these plants are going to do well, these 3. We're going to get berries from those 3. Okay, well, I just wanted to give you guys an update on some of the things happening here. Oh, let me show you guys that Swiss Chard. I'm not sure if this Swiss Chard was in the coming out of the frost video, but this will be my 3rd year with this Swiss Chard. It has survived 2 winters, I believe. This was the 2nd winter that it survived. And I'm gonna come out here this week, and I'm gonna clean off all of the dead leaves. You see, it's still working. I'm gonna put some black cow in this bed, and we're gonna see if we can get this chard to produce this growth season, and I won't have to plant any more out here. But yeah, this is zone 7B in the Greensboro, North Carolina area, the Piedmont Triad. And Swiss Chard is a hit here all year long. I mean, it weathered the winter and the fall, the snow, the wind, everything. So I'm going to get in here. I'm going to clean it up, pull out the weeds, pull out the dead stuff, put some life into this container, and we're going to have Swiss Chard as well this winter. I'm very proud of this Swiss Chard. So if anyone lives in 7B or 8, 9, or 10, I'm sure that the Swiss Chard will perform for you all year round. It can withstand heat, and it can withstand freezing temperatures. We had a heat wave last year, guys, and this Swiss Chard, it survived it. We got a little bit of snow this year, but last winter we got a lot of snow, and this Swiss Chard survived it. So put some chard in your gardens because it's very tasty. I love it raw, and I also love to saute it up like spinach with some fresh garlic. So it's a really good dish. I think I've even mixed it in with some pasta because I didn't have any spinach, and I used my chard. So you can do a lot of things with this with chard. It's really good. Sandwiches, salads, or cooked. Okay. So, all right, guys. Well, thank you for checking us out. I'll give you guys another update later on in the week. I'm going to clean up back here, and I'll come back with an update on what my flowers are doing. I like to grow roses. I like to grow the old English roses, with the roses with over 100 petals, or the old-fashioned garden roses. They smell beautiful. They look beautiful. The petals are beautiful, like everything is beautiful. I also grow lilies, and I have some glads back here, some peonies, and this year I put some more dahlias in some dirt, because I like cut flowers. I like bringing cut flowers in my house. I like to have flowers in my bathroom, in my kitchen, on my dining room table, and I like fresh cut flowers. I like to arrange them, and all of that. I love it. Sometimes I go to like 3 or 4 grocery stores and just buy their cheap flowers and come home and make it look beautiful, arrange it in a vase. So I love cut flowers. Um, but I'll bring you guys the update on that, as well as the other berries we have back here, the raspberries and the blackberries. I'm going to need some tips on these blackberries. I cut the raspberries back, and they're starting to put out leaves, but I'm not sure what to do with these blackberries. Okay, so I'll come back later on this week or next week with that update, and looking for tips. Um, yeah, so I'll see you guys later, and enjoy your week. Happy growing, gardeners.